Afternoon, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started with our business meeting. It's an amended one today. Today's date is July 1, 2025. The time is 2 p.m. In attendance are Commissioners Eberline, Duncan, and Matari. I'm going to call this meeting to order, and we will first begin with a moment of silence, especially for the two firefighters that we lost this week, and prayers for the injured fireman and that he has a full recovery. Okay, next up is the Pledge of Allegiance. And JP, if I could get you to lead us off with that.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, any changes to the agenda?
Yes, we have an emergency addition. It's Resolution 2025-52. It's the disaster emergency declaration from the incident and ongoing fire from June 29th. And so I move that we approve the amended agenda with item D1 added.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. And should we go ahead and address that resolution right now? This is a resolution 2025-52. It's a disaster emergency declaration with the Kootenai County active shooter and wildfire at Canfield Mountain that occurred on June 29, 2025. We have Tiffany Westbrook from our county and Kevin Benton from the Military Division of the Idaho Office of Emergency Management. Who would like to start?
I will start us off. Tiffany Westbrook, Kootenai County OEM Director for the record. Following the tragic events that took place on Sunday, June 29th, involving a deadly shooting and an active wildfire, a local disaster declaration was requested out of an abundance of caution and due to the extraordinary circumstances unfolding at the time. At the time of the request, the suspected shooter remained at large and the wildfire was burning uncontrolled. With uncertainty as to whether or not the response would extend into the evening and require multiple operational periods, a declaration was requested as our public safety agencies were fully engaged and demands on personnel and resources were increasing significantly. As of now, the active shooter threat has been neutralized and the Nettleton Gulch fire has burned approximately 38 acres and is being managed by a Type 3 incident management team under the Idaho Department of Lands. No structures are currently at risk. While no declaration can undo the immense loss felt by our community, this step may recover some of the extraordinary cost incurred by the agencies involved. It offers a narrow but important opportunity for financial relief to support those who responded during a time of deep crisis.
Thank you. Mr. Benton, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
Kevin Benton, for the record, Idaho Office of Emergency Management, Area Field Officer. First and foremost, I'd like to express my deepest condolences to the fire districts and to the families that suffered this loss and the injured personnel along with it. I also would like to say that even though this is a difficult situation, the performance and the response of this community, as well as their first responder community, has been nothing short of outstanding. I encourage the continued efforts that you're doing to help this community recover. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions or comments?
I guess my only comment is when the fire is put out, then we can rescind or end the emergency declaration at that point.
Yes.
Yeah, we can take that step.
And I would like to just thank you both because you were there quickly, got things organized, and started working to help with the command staff and the media especially. So thank you very much.
Of course.
Unless there's any other questions, I'll take a motion.
I move that we approve Resolution 2025-52, which is a disaster emergency declaration for the active shooter and wildfire Canfield Mountain event, June 29th, 2025.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye, motion carries. Next up is, thank you very much. Public comment. Would anybody like to speak? Anybody on the telephone? No? Okay. Next, I will take a motion for meeting minutes.
Item number 1, 0507-2025, FY 626 budget, BOCC minutes, departments. 0519-2025, business meeting minutes. 0521-25, elected officials minutes. Item 4, 0529-2025, Panhandle Health District Board of Health interviews. Did I get that right? And number 5 is 0529-2025, County Board of Canvassers election minutes.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye, the meeting minutes, items 1 through 5 were approved. Next up, consent calendar. I'll take a motion.
I move that we approve items 6 through 9.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye, and payables list.
Move that we approve the payables for June 23rd through 27, 2025 in the amount of $637,613.49, along with jury panel payments in the amount of $1,264.94.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye, motion carries. Okay. First business item, number 11, financial budget. It's a landfill paving project approval with solid waste. And we have Director John Phillips.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. John Phillips for the record. The paved main entrance road at the Fighting Creek landfill is in need of overlay as well as repairs of an approximately 3,000 square yard area. Coeur d'Alene Paving submitted a quote of $68,697 for a 3-inch overlay as well as the needed repairs in this area to be performed this summer. The Solid Waste Department finds this proposal to be in the best interest of the county and requests approval to move forward with accepting the quote as scheduled and as written. Procedures for obtaining pricing were reviewed by legal services, and the department does have the funds to cover these costs.
Thank you. Questions? Motion?
I move that we approve the landfill paving project for solid waste and the overlay and repairs.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Next up, item 12, grant agreement number WW26-1-28-1, boat garage replacement, Idaho Department of Parks and Recreation, in the amount of $700,000 with a cash match from the BOCC, KCSO vessel, boat launch of $550,000 with Parks and Waterways, and we have our Director, Nick Snyder, here.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Next night for the record. Well, I am pleased to inform the board that the Idaho Department of Parks and Recreation awarded highest in state history at $700,000 necessary to replace the much-needed boat garage that houses all of KCSO's equipment as well as Parks and Waterways. There's several $1 million that need to be stored, and as the board's aware, those boathouses are in really sad shape. So the timing's good. So with the board support, we would like to have you sign the agreement so we can get to work on that project right away. We anticipate advertisement in the next 30 to 45 days and completion before operations next year if winter's good and we're able to get it done.
Thank you. Questions? Motion?
I move that we approve the grant agreement WW26-1-28-1 for the boat garage replacement with the Idaho Department of Parks and Recreation in the amount of $700,000 cash match coming from BOCC, which would be $300,000 from fund balance, and KCSO vessel and boat launch.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Next up, item 13, Mentor Coordinator Contract. Kim Bojorquez with Juvenile Probation and Director Brian Alexander.
Thank you, Commissioners. Good afternoon. Brian Alexander for the record. Yeah, so this is our standard mentor coordinator contract. However, our longstanding mentor coordinator, Amelia Kirk, resigned a few months ago. So we've been working to try to replace that position. So just a little different look of the contract. The only thing we did different is we added the juvenile justice outreach and their designee, which is Kim Bojorquez. And the reason for that is it puts that liability insurance back on that individual for the mentor coordinator, not the county. So, so today I'd be looking for the board just to approve that contract with Kim and the JJO for our mentor coordinator.
Thank you. Questions? Motion?
I'll make a motion to mentor coordinator contract, Kim Bojorquez, juvenile probation.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye, the motion is approved. Next up, item 14, Community-Based Alternative Services and Substance Use Disorder Services Funding, Idaho Department of Juvenile Corrections and Juvenile Probation, and again, Director Alexander.
Thank you, Commissioner. Again, this is our standard yearly contract we do with the Idaho Department of Juvenile Corrections. Again, a little different look in the contract only because the state went with Magellan as their contract and got rid of Optum. So it looks a little different. They had to change some language up. But again, we'd be looking for the board to approve this contract with juvenile probation or the county with Idaho Department of Juvenile Corrections to receive these community funds as well as substance use funds. And just so the board has an idea, so far this year, Kootenai County juveniles have received $28,981, which served 24 juveniles so far in the 3 quarters. And that's just for mental health funding. And then through the SUDS funding, which is that substance use disorders, we've received $153,564, which has so far served 92 juveniles through the 3rd quarter. So that's a lot of great money that gets put into our community for our youth from the Idaho Department of Juvenile Corrections. So again, just looking for the board's approval to accept that contract so we can receive those funds.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Motion?
I move that we approve the Community-Based Alternative Services, the CBAS, and the Substance Use Disorder Services, the SUDS, funding with Idaho Department of Juvenile Corrections and our juvenile probation.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Next up, item 15, it's a lease termination for AAL-2020-994 from a hangar sale with Selkirk Products LLC. And I believe we could run both of them together. The next item, 16, and that is a ground lease AAL-2025-300, which is a hangar purchase with TSIC Associates Properties 2 with the airport. Kim Stevenson, are you on the line?
Yes, thank you, Commissioners. Kim Stevenson for the record. We are requesting approval for the lease termination. Selkirk Products has sold their hangar. This termination is a little different because we've been unable to get the prior lessee to actually come in and sign the document. But I have verbal and written approval that that is his intention. And so we are moving ahead with the county termination of the lease that has been directed by our legal counsel. And the purchase by TSIC Associate Properties 2, the hangar is 16,100 square feet, provides the airport with an annual revenue of $4,041.10.
Okay, thank you. Questions? Motion?
Lease termination AAL 2020-99-4 hangar sale, Selkirk Products LLC, airport. Ground lease AAL 2025-300 hangar purchase, TSIC Associates, Property 2, Airport.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye, the motion is approved, and the second part was with TSIC Associates. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Stevenson. Next up,
Thank you.
item 17, it's a 2025 Regence Agreement Packet with Regence Blue Shield of Idaho, Admin Services, ASC Fee Schedule, Schedule of Admin Services, and Benefit Blueprint. And this is with our HR department, and I have C.K. Kirkpatrick here.
C.K. Kirkpatrick from Human Resources for the record. We have our annual 2025 Regence Blue Shield of Idaho agreement for signature approval.
Thank you. Questions? Motion?
I move that we approve the 2025 Regence Agreement Packet, which includes the Regence Blue Shield of Idaho's Admin Services, ASC Fee Schedule, Schedule of Admin Services, and Benefit Blueprint.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, next up, item 18, 2025 ISDA LE Watercraft Inspection Stations Agreement. This is with the Idaho State Department of Agriculture and our Sheriff's Office. And is it Rochelle Nilles?
Yes, sir. And for Captain Smart, for the record, we're looking for approval for the 2025 Invasive Species Inspection Station Law Enforcement Agreement to begin as soon as it's signed through October 31, 2025.
Thank you. Questions? Motion?
2025 ISDA LE Watercraft Inspection Stations Agreement, Idaho State Department of Agriculture, Sheriff and Patrol.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye. That motion is approved. Next up,
Thank you.
thank you. Next up, item 19, board approval request. This is a replacement motor on the 1993 vessel with the Sheriff's Office. Sergeant Ryan Miller, are you on the telephone?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Yes, Sergeant Ryan Miller for the record. I bring before you a request to approve a purchase of a replacement motor for a 1993 vessel. The motor is over 20 years old and has over 3,600 hours on it. The lifespan was about 2,000 hours, so we well exceeded that. The motor is currently running, but we're starting to have issues with it. And with the replacement motor being about 8 weeks out, we would like to get one ordered. We have plenty of money left in the RBS fund for the rest of this year, so we would like to use $21,297.59 for the motor. We're going to get a little bit back, about $500 for turning in the old motor to the mechanic, and so we would like to get approval for that as well. And then at a later date, we'll have at the end of the season, we'll probably have the motor put on.
Thank you. Questions?
Yeah, Sergeant Miller, so is this boat still in service then? So we won't be a boat down this year?
Correct. This is Boat 7. This is our roving boat, so it goes to the western and northern lakes. It is still operational at this point. I've been putting some money into it here and there to keep the motor running, but it should get us through the season.
Thank you.
Can these be combined with 19 and 20?
No.
No, it's its own separate motion. So I'll take a motion if there's no other questions.
I make a motion, board approval request, replacement motor on 1993 vessel, Sheriff.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye, motion is approved. Next up, item 20, board approval request for an out-of-budget purchase of a Honda Talon UTV. This is with the Sheriff's Office and Sergeant Ryan Miller again.
Good afternoon again, Commissioner. Sergeant Ryan Miller for the record. Yes, this is a request that we've had in our budget for fiscal year 2026 while we were waiting for funds to arrive from the Idaho Department of Parks and Recreation. We did receive the funds a few months ago, so we do have the funds in the dedicated account for OHV. I would like to pull the Ranger from the 2026 budget and have it purchased now. Spokane Power Sports has one in stock, and they've also been giving us the best price available as well. They beat all the other competitors by a few $1,000s. So again, it's in stock. All the equipment that we're looking for is in stock. So we'd like to go ahead and get this purchased. The total that we're asking to be moved into the capital fund for this year would be about $42,000, and that's going to cover the machine, which totals out to $31,992, plus several other thousand for upfitting, police lights, sirens, and wrapping it.
Thank you. Questions?
Yeah, Sergeant Miller, is this one of the funds that we have to publish ahead of time, or is this all right that we can just make the move?
This is already in our account. We do not have to publish this like Title III. This
Okay.
is the OHV funds that we get for the year.
Perfect. Then I move that we approve the out-of-budget purchase of the 2025 Honda Talon UTV.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, Sergeant.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Next up, item 21, board approval request. This is a change order request number 3 with the jail pod project in Sletten and our building and grounds, and we have our very own director, Jeff Muller.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I know when I bring you change orders on projects, sometimes you pause a little bit, but this is actually one that is a credit change order. Through the course of construction, we realized we could find some cost savings by switching the water plumbing lines from copper to PVC. So we requested pricing on that, and we're seeking approval for this credit change order to credit $10,100 towards the general contract.
Thank you. Questions? I'd like to see you bring 800 more of these to us.
Would love that too.
No? Okay. All right. Well, I'll take a motion.
Board approval request, change order number 3, or jail pod project, Sletten, building and grounds.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Next up, item 22. This is a board approval request for the termination of the real estate lease agreement with Lakes Highway District. In that lease agreement, it requires a minimum of 6 months' notice to be provided for a termination of the lease, and so we talked about that in status update the hour before. And this notice could actually begin on January 1 of next year, but it's a minimum of 6 months. Any questions or comments?
So you're asking for the end date to be January 1, 2026?
Well, it can begin then. I mean, at that point, we're out of season, so they're just like every other year before, we have, it's closed down.
Yeah.
I mean, the bathroom's locked up, there's nothing there.
Is that all right with you, Mark?
Yep.
I'll take a motion.
I move that we approve the termination of the real estate lease agreement effective January 1, 2026 with Lakes Highway District.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye, motion carries. The mics are all on.
Yep.
Yes, they are. Okay. The motion was to end the agreement on January 1, 2026. 6 months' notice. That concludes our business. Next up is public comment. Would anyone like to speak? Hearing nothing. Did you want to speak, or are you leaving, sir?
It's going to speak.
Rob Tweet, Lakes Highway District again. I just want to ask you, what wording on that last item, or if any, would lead me to believe it was just a discussion?
The discussion happened earlier, and this is the approval to send the notice, to give the required notice.
Okay. Well, it looked to me like you had the opportunity to, I didn't know anything about the extension or any, which sounds like you did, because you're going to affect the notice January 1. which gives you out to June 1, is that correct?
No. So you will get the notice in the mail today that we are giving you notice of termination as of January 1, 2026. So January 1 is when it will terminate.
So we're no longer in agreement with the lease on January 1.
Correct, yes. And that will give us 6 months to make sure that Bayview has a caretaker.
Okay, well, that lets me know what we just did.
Anyone else? Public comment? Hearing none. 2:25, meeting adjourned.